The third day of the fourth special session of the 20th Congress will now come to order. May we all stand for a moment of silent prayer. Chief Clerk, roll call.
Senator Alec, Senator Aritos, Senator Figuer, Senator Coland, Floor Leader Harper, Senator Conman, Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Ned, Senator Panuelo, Senator Perman,
Amen.
Senator Romulo, Senator Ursula, Senator Wally, Speaker Semina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members are present.
We have quorum to transact business. Floor Leader Harper, next item.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and once again, good morning to you, all honorable members, staff, as well as those who are observing from the gallery. Again, I move to dispense with the reading of the journal.
It's moved and seconded that we dispense with the reading of the journal. Those in favor say yes. Opposed, no. Motion carried. We now dispense with the reading of the journal. Next item, Chief Clerk.
Item 5, Mr. Speaker, Presidential Communications. And we have one communication. It's number 20-254.
Assigned that, Chief Clerk. Next item.
Item 6, Everson Supreme Court Communications. There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Item 7, Member Communications, none. Item 8, Departmental Communications, none also. Item 9, Agency or Governmental Authority Communications, none. Item 10, State Communications. We have one from the Kushai State Legislature. It's number 20-23.
Okay.
Item 11, State Supreme Court Communication, none. Item 12, Municipal. Item 12, Municipal or Town Communications. There are none, Mr. Speaker. And item 13, Foreign Government Communication. We have one, and it's numbered 20-46.
Assigned that, Chief Clerk. Short recess, subject to call of the chair.
Item 15, Special Committee Reports. There are none. Item 16, Assignment of Measures and Communications. We have a referral sheet number 20-67. Item 17, Unfinished Business. There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Next item is bill calendar.
Item 18, Bill Calendar.
First bill.
Mr. Speaker, the first bill is CP number 20-151 for first reading. CP number 20-151. It's a bill for an act to amend Title 52 of the Code of the Federated States of Micronesia as annotated, as amended, by adding a new section 212 to provide for eligibility for housing allowance for off-island recruits for public service sector positions within the national government of the Federated States of Micronesia and for other purposes.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. Okay, we have that bill number 20-151, which was withdrawn and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Acting Chairman Ned.
Thank you, Speaker. I so move for the passage of the first bill on the first reading.
It's moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 20-151. Discussion. Any discussion? Questions been called for. If there is no objection, discussion is closed. So let's vote by roll call of members. Chief Clerk?
Senator Alec, Senator Aritos, Senator Figuer, Senator Coland,
Kailangan tulong, yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
On behalf of my brother Uruzumal, yes.
Senator Conman, Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Ned, Senator Panuelo,
Speaker, may I ask, and I apologize for coming in late, what we are voting on?
Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress back in session. Cast your vote. Chairman Panuel?
Hey, Mai. Yes.
Senator Perman,
No.
Senator Romulo, Senator Ursmal, Senator Wally, Speaker Semina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 7 members voted in affirmative, 4 against.
For that reason, CB number 20-151 does not pass Congress. Next bill.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Short recess. Congress is back in session. We're still on the bill calendar. Vice Speaker Moses.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to you, members, and those observing. I wish to move that we reconsider the motion yesterday to defer action on CB 20-199 to Thursday's calendar and place it on today's calendar.
Second.
It's moved and seconded that we reconsider our decision to defer CB 20-199 to tomorrow's calendar. Those in favor of the motion to reconsider? Opposed? Motion carried. That motion to reconsider is adopted by Congress. Vice Speaker Moses?
I move for the passage of CB.
Placement, place it.
I move for the placement of 20-199 on today's calendar.
It's moved and seconded that CB number 20-199 be placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Those in favor of the motion say yes. Opposed, no. Motion carried. CB number 20-199 is now placed on the bill calendar for action. Vice Speaker Moses, make motion for passage.
I defer to Chairman Golan.
Chairman Colon, you have the floor.
Thank you, Speaker. Move for passage of the bills, Senate Bill 20-199.
It's moved and seconded that CB number 20-199 be passed on first reading. Discussion. Any discussion? Short recess, just to call up the chair. Back in session. We're still on discussion of CB number 20-199. Any further discussion?
Question.
Questions been called for. There is no objection. Debate is closed. So let's vote. This is first reading. Let's vote by roll call of members. Chief Clerk.
Senator Alec, Senator Aritos, Senator Figuer, Senator Coland,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper, Senator Conman,
Hey.
Vice Speaker Moses, Senator Ned, Senator Panuelo,
Hey, Mai.
Senator Perman,
Amen.
Senator Romulo, Senator Ursmal, Senator Wally. Speaker Semina.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members voted for.
For that reason, CP number 20-199 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
Speaker, a point of privilege.
Yes, Chairman Panuelo, state your point.
Speaker, please allow me to introduce individuals who are observing our session this morning. I have a list before me. I want to begin with a good friend of mine and constituent of not only Congressman Ned, but my constituent, the former councilman of Medellin. Let's kindly welcome and give a round of recognition to Mr. Wilbert Mutong, who's in the gallery observing our session this morning. I continue to also have us give a round of recognition to Ms. Donna Pretrick from Ram Ben Mita Law Firm observing our session. Also to Ms. Relina Resable, student at Calvary Christian Academy, doing her community service at Congress Library. Let's also recognize this individual. And last, I hope that's the only, Tasiano Elgan, who's been observing our session, constituent from SOCAS. Thank you.
Are you going to introduce the president, Chairman Panuelo?
Hey, I didn't hear you, Excellency. Let's please welcome our President, His Excellency Peter M. Christian, to our gallery. And thank you, President, for visiting us this morning. Kailangan tawag.
Thank you, Chairman Panuelo. We indeed are honored and privileged to have the presence of His Excellency, our President, our own Peter Christian. And of course, we're always honored when our citizens take interest in to come and observe their Congress in action. Okay, any other point of privilege? Short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We're still on the bill calendar. Any bill, you want us to go back to the standing committee report calendar? If there is no objection, we'll go back there. We have 3 reports on the awaiting list. Are you ready to tackle them, or you're not keen on doing
Why
it?
don't you wait for the YAP delegation?
Well,
Speaker, I'm
Chairman
ready to
Bullock?
move.
okay.
Yeah, let's go, Speaker.
So who want to place those?
Speaker, I can move on that.
Okay, Chairman Cullen, you have the floor.
Thank you, Speaker. I move to place Standing Committee Report 20-64, 20-65, 20-66. So move, Mr. Speaker.
Second.
It's moved and seconded that those 3 reports, 20-64, 20-65, and 20-66 be placed on the standing committee report calendar for action.
Speaker.
Floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just to safeguard that we don't violate any of our rules, I hereby move that we suspend any irrelevant rule that may impede our action on the said reports, particularly the one requiring the 24 hours availability of reports prior to our action.
Any second? It's moved and seconded that the relevant rules that might impede our action, in particular the rule requiring 24-hour awaiting period, be suspended. Those in favor say yes. Opposed, no. Motion carried. Those rules are now suspended. Okay, let's vote. Those in favor of placing those three reports on the standing committee report calendar for action, say yes. Opposed, no. Motion carried. So those three reports are now placed. First report, Chipper.
Mr. Speaker, the first report is Standing Committee Report number 20-64 for adoption from your Committee on Ways and Means.
Floor Leader Arbor. Motion for adoption.
I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Second.
It's moved and seconded that Congress adopt Standing Committee Report number 20-64. Discussion. Any discussion?
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Vice Speaker Moses?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to get some clarification on the reports and the way it was prepared. In our rules of procedure, I think normally when a chairman is absent, the vice chairman goes ahead and does the work of the committee along with members. However, this committee has no vice chairman, and with the absence of the chairman, how did this report get? Is it in accordance with our rules of procedure or statutes or constitution? I just wanted to get a clarification on.
Thank you, Vice Speaker Moses, for bringing up a legitimate concern, but the practice has been that when the chairman is absent, the speaker can designate someone to be acting. Since all of you, or all of them are chairmen, so it's really up to the speaker to designate.
Is that by our rule or by the advice of our legal counsel?
By rules. Okay. Any further discussion on the report? If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote. Those in favor of the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 20-64 say yes. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Standing Committee Report number 20-64 is adopted by Congress. Next report.
Mr. Speaker, we have Standing Committee Report number 20-65 on Functional Act number 20-86. It's the line item override of that act from your Committee on Ways and Means for adoption.
Floor Leader Harbert.
Move for adoption of the said report.
It's moved and seconded that Congress adopt Standing Committee Report number 20-65. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote. Those in favor of the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 20-65 say yes. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Said report is adopted by Congress. Next report, Chief Clerk.
Mr. Speaker, we have Standing Committee Report number 20-66 on the override of line item FIDOs under Functional Act number 20-83 from your Committee on Ways and Means for adoption.
Short recess. Congress is back in session, Chief Clerk.
Yeah, to correct an oversight, this is Standing Committee Report number 20-66 for adoption, and it's regarding the line item override of FIDOs or override of line item FIDOs of Functional Act number 20-90 for adoption.
Okay. Floor Leader Harbert.
Again, I move for the adoption of the said report.
It's moved and seconded that Congress adopt Standing Committee Report number 20-66. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote. Those in favor of the adoption of Standing Committee Report number 20-66 say yes. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Standing Committee Report number 20-66 is adopted by Congress. Next report, Chief Clerk.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, if there's no objection, we will now go down to the appeal calendar. First bill,
Mr. Speaker, we have repassage of Functional Act number 20-83, which is attached to report 20-64.
okay, Floor Leader Harbert.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move for the repassage of Act number 20-83.
It's moved and seconded that Congress repass Congressional Act 20-83. Short recess. Congress is back in session. We're now in discussion of the main motion. Any discussion? If none, if there is no objection, discussion is closed. This is a repassage, so it's subject to the same requirements as a second and final reading. So it requires 3 votes to pass. Okay, Chief Clerk? Roll call. Delegations.
State of Job, Chairman Aritos. State of Pohnpei, Chairman Panuelo.
Aye.
State of Koshai, Chairman Wali. State of Yap.
No.
Mr. Speaker, State of Yap being absent, 3 states 4-4.
For that reason, Congressional Act number 20-83, specifically the line item vetoes, have been overridden. So next.
The next one, Mr. Speaker, is the repassage of Functional Act number 20-86.
Speaker?
Yes, Floor Leader Harbert, you have the floor.
I move for repassage of Act number 20-86.
It's moved and seconded that Congress repass Congressional Act 20-86. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. Same rules apply. Chief Clerk, roll call of delegations.
State of Job, Chairman Aritos. State of Pohnpei, Chairman Panuelo.
Aye.
State of Koshai, Chairman Wali. State of Yap. Mr. Speaker, State of Yap being absent, 3 states 4-4.
For that reason, Congressional Act number 20-86 has been repassed by Congress. Next item. Next bill.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, we have the repassage of Functional Act number 20-90.
Floor Leader Harbert.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Again, move for repassage of Act number 20-96.
It's moved and seconded that Congress repass Congressional Act 20-90, specifically those line item vetoes. Discussion. Any discussion? If none, there is no objection. Discussion is closed. So let's vote by the same method. Chief Clerk, call the
State
roll.
of Job, Chairman Aritos. State of Pohnpei, Chairman Panuelo.
Aye.
State of Koshai, Chairman Wali. State of Yap. Mr. Speaker, Yap being absent, 3 states 4-4.
For that reason, Congressional Act number 20-90, specifically those line item vetoes, have been overridden. Next bill.
There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, short recess, subject to call of the chair. Next item, Chief Clerk.
Item 19, resolution calendar.
Any resolution? None? Next item.
Item 20, introduction of bills and resolutions.
If you have any measure to introduce, please pass them on to Chief Clerk. Next item.
Item 21, miscellaneous communications. There are none, Mr. Speaker.
Next item.
Item 22, miscellaneous business.
Any miscellaneous business? Chairman Alik? Okay, there is no miscellaneous business. Let's go down to announcement. Chairman Wale?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. No announcement from your Committee on External Affairs.
Thank you. Chairman Fakir? Chairman Alik?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. No announcement.
Chairman Berman?
Thank you, Speaker. On Tuesday at 8:30, we will having an oversight hearing on the nomination for MyCare, Mr. Kiltama.
Okay, you take note, members of HSA committee, Tuesday, 8:30. Okay, Chairman Romulo?
Speaker,
Chairman Panuelo?
thank you. Your Committee on R&D is holding its budget hearing with Norma 8:30 Friday morning. We've postponed the budget hearing for the Banking and Insurance Commissions, and that would follow. Schedule is being worked on right now. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Panuelo. Take note, members of R&D committee. Chairman Gulen?
Thank you, Speaker. Your Committee on TNC will reschedule our meeting on the Tuesday afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Gulen. Take note, members of TNC committee. Okay, Chairman Ursumal? Vice Speaker Moses? Acting Chairman Ned?
Thank you, Speaker. Your Committee on J and Go will come to life tomorrow with or without the chairman present. Thank you.
Well, I'm sorry to inform you that you will not make it. You're Chairman, so you're stuck with the works. Okay? We'll talk about it when we finish session. Senator Aridos? Senator Conman? Thank you. Okay, before I give it to Floor Leader Harbour, the President has invited the presiding officers of Congress to join him and the representatives of our 4 states to a lunch today at Cliff Hotel. So that's the announcement. I don't know whether Vice Speaker would be interested, Floor Leader. If you're interested, but now it's your turn.
Speaker, before I make my usual motion, I must extend my apology to His Excellency for the fact that I may not be able to attend the lunch as I have a funeral at noon. Thank you.
Thank you, Floor Leader Harbour. So make your motion.
I so move that we stand in recess until 10 a.m. tomorrow.
It's moved and seconded that Congress stand in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Those in favor say yes. Opposed, no. Motion carried. Congress now stands in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning.